Do you have problems? Anxiety, a sore back, premature back hair? I guess you wouldn't know because you can't see, and it's unlikely that anyone would tell you because it's kind of awkward and rude. Well, have I got a solution for you? Say goodbye to your troubles after today, because I'm about to introduce you to the best cure all around: sound. Hi, I'm but you can call me the Maynard. Today I'll be your guide as we go through a collection of strange and bizarre conspiracy theories about the magical properties of sound and frequency. First, let's see some examples of the supposed power of sound and frequency. I think I found the perfect guy for the job.
Praying over your food literally cleanses it, and I'm gonna prove it to you in this video. The Bible says that in the beginning there was the Word, that by the Word the Lord created the heavens and all of the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth, that words have the power of life and of death. You see, the world was created by words, and what are words? Words are simply vibrational frequency, energetic waves that have powerful abilities that can change matter itself, abilities that can change the chemical composition of even things like food and water, and science proves all of this.
Be more nutritious. Be more nutritious. Be more nutritious. I, for one, could not be happier about this information. I've never eaten this well before in my life. Hi, just a quick disclaimer before I continue. Today I'm going to be covering people that are obviously targeting vulnerable populations. Whether it's the sick and medically underserved or the full-on psychotic, there's always someone looking for the next sucker to con. I like to play along with some of these crazy ideas just for fun, but the truth is you're going to see some pretty dark stuff today. Going back on topic, it's great that sound can have such a beneficial impact on my life, but I wonder how else these healing frequencies can support my health.
Doctors don't want you to discover this truth. For every problem in your body, there is a frequency that can heal you.
I've gained a few pounds over this winter, and I'm looking to lose them. What can I do?
If you want to lose weight, listen to a 280 hertz frequency. This frequency is known to stimulate metabolism and promote fat burning.
Say I'm eating my blessed food diet, but I'm still always low on energy and struggle to get out of bed in the morning. How can these frequencies help me?
If your energy is low, listen to a 417 hertz frequency. You'll regain lost vitality and experience a surge of energy.
I have this lump that's been growing under my armpit for a while. Is there anything I can do about that?
If you feel unwell, listen to a 528 hertz frequency. This healing frequency will regenerate your body from the inside out.
Wow, what a marvel of medical research. This reminds me of the famous cancer-busting Rife machine of the 1920s. I wonder what happened to those. I'm sure Rife machines worked perfectly, and it's just that they have taken them away from us. It couldn't be that this is a scam that shows up cyclically every new generation. I learned right before filming this that the medbed conspiracy is predicated on these magical sounds. I always envision these med beds that people talk about to be like the surgical auto doc from Alien, you know, the one that cuts the alien out of her. Spoilers. But apparently, some people believe in a special bed that sings tunes to you and heals you while you're asleep, which is far more ridiculous than I ever expected. I'll do a med bed video at some point, but for now I just want to get back on topic. So, we've heard about the physical benefits of listening to special frequencies. I wonder if there are any mental or spiritual benefits to be had.
No shame balahamonot nutua animia geria break free banonotu tutokoro yainia abundance is your birthright Dananuya Dayananoa.
Si baba gugu patata subscribe puyuga frong te bide poo press like or I'll cry swoop ding ding dong be ba 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 da bo You're the scat man. Ba-ba-ba-da-bo. I don't know about you, but I feel like my third eye has been opened. I'm smelling shapes and hearing colors. My food has been blessed. My wounds have been healed. My third eye opened. Now what can we do to maintain these benefits long term?
If you don't believe in the power of frequency healing, keep swiping. This video is not for you. But if you do know the healing power of sound, I have something really cool I want to share with you. I bet you've listened to frequencies on YouTube and Spotify, and I've often left these on for days at a time. The frequencies they claim are in there, the volume on those frequencies is so low that it's basically just buried under pretty music. Even after listening to these for years, I felt more relaxed, but none of the claimed benefits happened. This gave me an epiphany to create frequencies based on the golden ratio. And I want to share a short version of them for you so you can feel them yourself. All right, give them a listen. These frequencies, my life has changed a lot. I went from out of my car, staying in beautiful places like this, manifesting a partner, and a huge social media following, and even I had a giant growth on my face, able to just get it to fall off. So now I have a group of over 4,000 people all listening to these frequencies and experiencing similar results. If you want the full version, just click the link below.
Since you're here with me, I will assume that dark energies have found their way into your life and you need all the help you can get. So I went ahead and bought this soundtrack from him so we can hear it together. Haha, I lied. It's the brown note. Good luck with shitting your pants now. I understand you might be tempted to buy these sounds from the very sweaty man who had a growth on his face recently. He is promising some very nice things, like getting out of your car, being in the desert, and manifesting a partner. Is he talking about making a tulpa? I feel like manifesting a partner means making a tulpa.
A few moments later.
While looking into this, I found an insane subreddit, r/tulpas. I guess this is where the manifested girlfriends go after a breakup. I am a tulpa. For the rest of my life, I will be a tulpa. How do other tulpas deal with this awareness? I can't answer questions like, what's your birthday? Or who are your parents? But I can ask people the question, are you aware of your own awareness? And then the follow-up question, since when? For me, it's possible to answer this question. My aware of my own awareness day, day, is June 22nd, 2022, something. I'm happy to exist, and that's good, I guess. Good for them. What the fuck? Yes, this is a real post. No, I will not deep dive on this one because this subreddit appears to be a bunch of people communally experiencing psychosis together instead of getting help. These people did nothing wrong. They're not grifters. They just need a psychiatrist. Speaking of grifters, let's get back to our favorite greasy boy magical frequency merchant. It's got to be said, it may only be $27, but buying the magical sound pack is about as embarrassing as falling for the Nigerian prince emails. But since I know you're so eager to see what he offers, we can go look at his sales page together. He's got all the usual sales tactics like social proof, testimonials, but this part really caught my eye. My crazy idea. From the magic carpet of Banawin, dropping seeds of light everywhere he goes. Where is he today? From lost and stuck to inspired and free. January 2020, I had a crazy idea. I was once totally skeptical of intuition, psychic abilities, and spirituality. I didn't believe any of it. I thought people who did were either delusional or lucky. Why lucky? But something inside of me kept searching for deeper answers, and then I realized something. The deeper truth I was looking for was inside me all along. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. I trained at top psychic centers, doing hundreds of readings for clients. I learned firsthand that when you align your beliefs with your higher purpose, life transforms effortlessly. I saw how the golden ratio was the missing piece that unlocked intuition, manifestation, and self-mastery. Blah, 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 blah. The ability to take the vortex with you anywhere you go. What the fuck? That's why I'm offering this powerful sound transformation and manifestation system for just $37 instead of the usual $1,000 plus. And this is just the beginning. Once your beliefs shift, your intuition strengthens, your natural psychic abilities begin to awaken, and life gets fun. Okay, maybe this guy's magical sound pack isn't calling to you. That's totally fair. I found us another person to check out. I think he might have a more unique offer for you.
It took me close to 3 years with a sound engineer to create the perfect sounds for the body to heal. You can just type in Google Dr. Group Solfeggio tones. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Just listening to this, there's like 50 minutes or something like that, but just listening to this is the tunes and the sound waves, and it does actually help to disable and alter the nanotech in your body too. So, and that's why I'm talking about the sacred lovemaking.
I don't know anything about that last part, but disabling the nanobots in my bloodstream does sound like a great idea that a sane person came up with. He spent 3 years with a sound engineer to make these noises, so I feel like he might have the premium product. But I suppose it just depends on what your goals are. Do you want to manifest a tulpa girlfriend? Or are you more concerned about your blood nanobots? There's only so much time in a day to listen to these tunes, so choose wisely. These days, we have to purchase our healing frequencies from specialized sound engineers. But what if I told you that all of this used to be free for everyone?
Back in ancient days, they used bells to chase away demons. So if they used bells to chase away spirits and demons, what happened to the bells? The so-called elites understand how powerful they are. And they started brainwashing us when we went to school. Before school start, we have a ringing bell, recess, ringing bell. When school is over, ringing bell. We thought it was harmless, right? No. Every time this bell rang, it messed with our pineal gland. They took out the real bell and gave us the fake bells. So now these bells are sending brain waves to our mind.
We're learning so much. I didn't know that some of these frequencies could ward off demons. But I guess now, instead of healing frequencies and demon resistance, all we get is brainwaves to our minds. Some people say it's capitalism that's causing society's ills. But I'm starting to lean towards this guy. Maybe it's just that we don't have enough good bells. This guy sells ebooks, of course. He actually has an entire catalog of items in his store. All of these people sell some kind of educational tool, but I still think there's a lot for us to learn out there for free. As tempted as I am to read Feminine and Masculine Abundance or Shadows of the Matrix, I think I'm gonna hold off on spending $21 for now. Editor here. I checked his website to find photos of these ebooks, but I noticed that Feminine and Masculine Abundance is gone from his store. On the bright side, I did find something much funnier. He now sells masculinity soap. If this is what it takes for you to be clean, so be it. Let's continue our search for answers. Today, we will find out why they took away our bells.
As you can see behind me, there's a church, and the church bells actually went off. And it was super interesting because, like, you don't hear church bells around anymore, and they've removed these church bells. And I started doing some digging, and apparently certain church bells all are tuned separately. Like, there's not one standard to church bells. However, apparently they had healing frequencies.
Sounds like she really has her thoughts in order. Let's hear what she has to say.
It's kind of a little weird, don't you guys think? Because we are frequency, right? We're made out of frequency, like everything runs with frequency. And I've done so many like videos on how, you know, frequency actually works. So I'm wondering if those church bells used to actually calm down the parasympathetic system of people back in the day. And now they've removed that even further because of all the 5G and all of those towers, and the frequencies that they give off are actually not natural.
Yes, unnatural sound frequencies. When God spoke life into the universe, he said,
I will skip by making some frequencies like 666 hertz, and so it will not exist naturally.
I absolutely dread the idea of being this lady's coworker. Can you imagine you're sitting at your desk and she's just rambling about 5G towers over there?
Because we are frequency, right? We're made out of frequency, like everything runs
Yeah, for
with
sure.
frequency.
Yeah,
So I'm
wow, yeah, for
if
sure.
Those church bells
Oh, yeah, that's
used to
crazy.
actually calm down
That's
the
crazy.
parasympathetic
Oh,
system
yeah.
of people
Yeah,
back in
I've
the
heard
day,
something about that.
And now they've removed that even further because of all the 5G.
What do you say in that situation? You might be thinking, oh, this lady's just dumb, which is a very fair assessment, but there's more to it than that. I try to specifically show off grifters, the people who stand to profit off of putting this type of garbage out into the world. At first, I thought she was just a random whoever rambling on about nonsense, but then I clicked her profile and found out that she has 400,000 followers. Let's run through a quick sample of the type of content she puts out for mass consumption. Mind Control 101. The UN's plan to enslave humanity. The next pandemic could be soon. You are the energy they need to control their programming. The pandemic was a psychological test to get us to accept a digitalized version of communism. And of course, I couldn't forget, Transformers in Canada can get away with murder. Clearly, what we are seeing here is the profile of a sane and rational actor. I'm going to ignore the 5G thing for now. I'll cover that in the future. There's tons to go over. I'm also going to skip on talking about Transformers. I feel like enough movies have already been made on that topic. I cannot believe that there are 9 of these now. For now, I just want to focus on this healing church idea she's talking about.
That right there is a massive cymatic pattern. This building right here was built to heal the human body. Inside it resonates frequencies. I've never been inside. I wish I can go inside right now, but I can't.
He never explains why he can't go in the church. It's probably because they're closed for the day, but I like to imagine that he's been banned for being a nuisance. Either way, we have yet another person providing solid evidence of healing churches from the past. Why else would they have those symbols in the windows? Let's continue our search for who's in charge and why they took these bells away from us. I think I found a guy who's willing to do the real deep dive that we need on a topic like this.
Ancient cultures, they understood vibration affects the human body. Architecture was designed around acoustics, stone, copper, bronze, all chosen intentionally, right? Churches, they weren't just places to sit and listen. They were built to resonate. So, you know, it's worth asking the questions, why don't churches ring anymore? Why was the bell tower removed? When did all of this stop and start getting erased? You know, these are the real questions.
He is absolutely correct. These are the real questions. But unfortunately, I'm not sure he's going to like the real answers. You want a real conspiracy? How about the Red Scare? McCarthyism. The evil cabal does in fact exist. It's just not all that secret. It's the oligarchs. It's the modern day kings. It's their paid middlemen. Some are egomaniacs who can't help but show themselves. Some of them are smart enough to kind of remain behind the scenes. They own the media. It makes you scared. All the things that could dethrone them. If you are scared of the esoteric idea, the concept of socialism, then you'll never ask for socialism. Perfect. We'll just keep the status quo. It's working so well. It's so good. It's so fun. Everyone's having a great time. I keep seeing people who are brought into just the craziest conspiracies. And there's often a obvious distrust of media, but for some reason, the idea that media lied to them about how cool and great and awesome the system is that we live in is too much. Like, no, I'm more likely to believe in demons. Demons. It couldn't be that the system that these people made is just not good for us. It couldn't be. But the idea that this like big corporate media lied to them about how cool and awesome capitalism is just, it's too shocking. It's too much. They can't handle it. As if for some reason they lie about everything aside from this. Capitalism's cool. Everything else is a lie. Why? Capitalism is producing a less educated populace. Capitalism is producing an environment in which people are afraid they will not retire. Capitalism is producing mass hunger. Capitalism is producing a massive class divide. Everything you've been told that alternate systems, like socialism do, is happening right now under capitalism. Right now, right this second. It's all class war. You get shitty churches because your enemies, the rich, don't go to those churches. They own them though. Making a beautiful, more expensive building cuts into the owning class's tax-free profits. You get to go to this church so that they can go home to this house every night. We are at the end stage. We have outlived the usefulness of capitalism at this point. We need to just move on. This is one of the many uncomfortable truths that you seek, like it or not. This is the real grand conspiracy, as Warren Buffett famously once said. There's class warfare, all right, but it's my class, the rich class, that's making war, and we're winning. These grifters are working class like us, but they are making immense amounts of money defending the Epstein class by distracting you and your crazy aunt with anything they can come up with, anything but the truth. So to answer his question, I guess is twofold. First part being, it's just too expensive to make a big bell, and you're not worth it. They don't like you. They don't want you to have a nice bell in your community. An electronic speaker, a mass-produced electronic speaker is so much cheaper. And then the other part is just, who's going to make a big bell anyway? Who's building them today? There's no production on this side of the world. There's no magic. There's no secret tricks. There is only more money into the dragon's hoard and less power for you. I always start off these videos trying to play along with the conspiracies and have some fun, but they inevitably annoy me. These people are offering up disgusting misinformation and solutions to benefit off of the sick and the elderly. If you have medical concerns, please seek medical help. You will not heal from listening to certain noises. All that being said, let's hear what the last weirdo has to say about the missing bells.
You never see those old churches with those big, old, massive bells ringing out anymore. And there is a reason for that. They have went through great lengths to remove all the massive bells forged in the old world. And these bells would act as a healing source. The resonant vibrations would charge your energies. In fact, in some parts of the world, that is still used to this day. But as I said, they went to great lengths to remove all these bells, melted them down, and used them in the fires of war. Just look how massive some of these bells were. Could you imagine horse and buggies carting these around? Some of them weighing several tons. Easy to manage for folks of giant stature, though. Question everything, friends.
I am so tired of these people.
I'm glad he brought up that the big old bells of the past were melted for war. So let's talk about that. The Nazis are largely responsible for the missing bells. Surprise. On that side of the world, at least, on our side in the Americas, from what I understand, the bells were largely taken down to avoid the British from getting their hands on them way back. I'm sure there's plenty of apt comparisons to be made. During World War II, the expanding German army looted other countries' bells as they invaded to be melted down into scrap metal. The bells that you're looking for were melted down and turned into shells to be lobbed at those who had not yet succumbed to the brain disease of fascism. The reason I bring this up is because everyone's aware of who these grifters and their sheep vote for in the modern day. I'm not going to say which political party these people vote for. It's conservative parties.
Jewish doctor.
I have certainly read enough of their comment sections to confirm. So, in a roundabout way, your people stole the bells, you melted them down, and now you're here being weird about them. So if by they, you mean the far-right ideology that you probably support, then yes, yeah, they took them. The only conceivable reason anyone would want to create conspiracies about these bells and where they've gone is because they want to clean up the image of conquerors. It is inarguably history revisionism. I'm sorry for getting so serious at the end here. I don't want this to be a political channel, but I just don't see how I could have talked about this without addressing the elephant in the room. One last fun little tidbit I have to share is that the Nephilim that this guy talks about, the giants, are the same ones from the Nazi myths of fallen angel Aryan blood. If you want to know more about the old world and its supposed giants from before they took our healing bells away from us, check out my previous video on Tartaria and the Great Reset. If you liked this video, prove it. Click the button. Do it, or I'm liable to scream at unnatural frequencies. That's all I've got for you today. So, bye. Bye-bye. Bye, bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.